fat. And you remember the substrate was the enzyme breaks down, right? It was the substrate. Therefore, the product is fatty acids. Product is what you make. So you break down the polymer into a monomer. You take fats and make fatty acids. That was a 5-credit class. I spent 2 weeks on that. Damn it. All right. I taught you. All right. So when we mix the enzyme and the fat together, we will produce fatty acids. The acids will then change the pH of the test tube because you're producing more monomer in the test tube. Make sense? That's the logic of the test. Is as I make more product, I change the amount of acid in the tube, which the litmus cream would change. So a color change would mean that I'm making acids in my tube or producing product. It means I'm breaking down the fat. Make sense? So, did you have a color change in tube 1?
No.
No, you did not. Can someone explain to me, like on a good quiz answer, why tube 1 did not change color? There's no fat. There's no substrate. I have the enzyme, but I have nothing to break down. So therefore, there's no product to produce. Water is not fat. Water is water. In this case, I have no substrate. There's nothing to chew on because I didn't put anything in the tube for the enzyme to do. Make sense? Okay. Tube 2L. Did it change color?
No.
No. And to me, in a quiz answer, why tube 2L did nothing? There's no enzyme. There's nothing to break down the fat. Biology 112 for that 2-week period. Enzyme requires a substrate to produce a product, right? I have no enzyme in tube 2. I have no substrate in tube 1. All right? Now, in tube 3, I have enzyme and product. Did it change color? Say no.
No.
Why didn't tube 3 change color? I denatured the enzyme because I boiled it. You remember from 112. That makes enzymes change their active site. Active sites that change cannot do their job. Does that ring a bell? The tertiary structure of an enzyme? Right. So in this case, I had the right parts, but I had too high a temperature. Therefore, I denatured the enzyme. It did not function anymore. I know that was on your midterm from 112. Okay, so now tube 4L, I have enzyme and substrate. Did it change color?
Yes.
Yes, it did. And that means what occurred? What does that mean to change color? Multiplication or digestion. Because I digested the fat into the product, fatty acids. I digested my fat and broke down fat. Hydrolyzed. Emulsify, another word you can say. So this means I made fatty acids, or I made product. So I have enzyme plus substrate at the right temperature, and I make product, and that changed the color. Does that ring a bell? Okay. So tell me about 5L. Was there a color change?
No.
No, but why not? We have everything from 4L and 5L. It's too cold. Remember from 112, if you freeze enzymes, they stop working, just like you do when you're cold. So therefore, even though I had the parts, they didn't function. Too cold. All right, 4B. Did it change color? Yes, it did. Did it change more color than 4L? Yes, it did. Best color change. Color change. What made this one so much better than 4L? Bile. And what does bile do? Emulsifies, helps break down fat. We'll learn that today in lecture. But bile helps the body break down the fat. So the enzyme has more help, therefore it can do a faster job. It can make more color change, produce more product in the same amount of time. Make sense? Okay, so tell me what's wrong with 5B, why you didn't get a color change. Again, too cold. I froze everything, therefore the enzyme should not have worked as well. There might be some. I mean, it wasn't 0 when you started, so. In theory, if you'd frozen the enzyme before you did all this, it would have been 0. So on a quiz, visit next week, if I were to ask you what tube did the best and why, you would say what?
4B.
4B because it has bile plus the correct temperature, had an enzyme and a substrate. All right? I asked you what's wrong with 1L. You said, well, there's no substrate, there's no enzyme in 2L. I boiled it, denatured it in 3L. You can go through each tube like that and explain what was bad or good about it. That's the answer you're supposed to be getting on this fat experiment.
You give us, I mean, I imagine you wouldn't say choose 1L, but you give us what was in it.
Depends on how mean I feel when I write the quiz. You are supposed to memorize the table on page 600 and explain what was in each tube and what did. So if I'm feeling mean, I just give you 1L, but I could be nice. I'll see how I feel. Yes. So what you want to do to practice is take that page 600, photocopy a blank one, and fill it in at home over and over again.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you can explain it to everybody. Well, it may be sunny, it may be nice. Okay, so does that make sense? So you got the spirometry graphs, you got this table. That's what your quiz is next week.
Are you going to go over any of this?
Nope, you got to figure this out on your own. It doesn't lecture Monday. So just take your spirometry stuff and throw the stuff you breathed in away, and wash your test tubes out and put them on the racks, and I'll take care of the rest of everything. And then, one o'clock, we're practicing again. The lecture. Our open lab begins at 4 today. Yes.